Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Antares Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, we're gonna get into a little bit of shit. You know, I had to chill out on making videos and shit like that, because look, I just got two back teeth pulled. So my fucking face been on 10, my mouth, my gums, my right side of my face been all swollen, discombobulated. But it doesn't matter what I'm feeling, what's affecting me externally. That's why I still did music videos and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these videos, y'all probably see me in a pain. I'm out there in the middle of the cold with just a sweater on doing chakras and shit. Man, that was to fight pain. Especially straight to the necks. I'm definitely going through a lot of pain in that video right there. I think I was all swollen. You know what I'm saying? Cotton balls in my mouth and everything. But you know what I'm saying? I'm back straight now. I'm back. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I was kind of hallucinating this shit based upon the medication I was taking for that shit. But that's here or there. It's another video. I'm back now. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. Mouth not aching. Swelling went down, so I'm able to talk fluidly like I really want to talk. You know what I'm saying? Without having to lick my lips every 25 seconds. And, you know what I'm saying? I'll be going through a lot of pain y'all don't see. You know what I'm saying? I got stomach issues. Y'all don't see a lot of shit. But right now, we're going to talk about the squares. Now, we're going to talk about the sun squaring. Now, we know a square. What's a square? Someone who's acting like a square. Someone who acts like a square is someone who's not emotionally attached or connected to themselves. So, when you 9 times out of 10, when you're around somebody and they give off an energy that they give off the energy that make you call them a square or something like that, 9 times out of 10 is because they're being a follower, or they're doing something, or they're doing things in ways it make you feel like they don't have their own emotional discernment. They're doing things emotionally. They're doing things for emotional reasons that other people are doing things for. So it's almost like a person who they may come into a crowd, right, and act like the people who's in that crowd, but give off that energy like they're trying to do that. So then a point that it look like you're trying to please, or you're trying to approach, or these are the type of people who want to make fun of other people around other people, and things like that. So that's how this can play out. But for the most part, that's what a person could be a square. Now, square in astrology in general, squares represents a learning process, because look, the square itself represents the left brain, and the circle represents the right brain. So it's almost like when you're trying to decipher the right brain, you're giving it longitude, you're giving it diagonal, you're giving it direction, you're giving it line, you're giving it purpose, so you're giving it a diameter. So ultimately it comes into a triangle or square from a left brain point of view. And when you're trying to analyze the left brain from a right brain point of view, it's like it's curvage. It's like you don't quite, it doesn't make sense. It's not a straight line, straight point from here to here. So you have to make other references. So right brain deals more with your circumstances, your situations, your emotional feelings and things of that such. What's going on? What's up? But yeah, that's what happens and shit. So what happens here is when you're dealing with the so what you can? Oh, did you?
Oh, you was recording.
Oh hell yeah.
That's when I was quiet.
But just when it's getting to the emotional realm of reality, that's when we come to the right brain. So since we know the right brain is the circle, I mean the right brain is circle, and it's more feminine, it's more understanding and overstanding and analyzing the circumstances of the situation. We know the left brain is more logical, more rational, what you can interpret, what you can analyze. So since the left brain is square and the right brain is circle, we know when it comes to square in astrology, a lot of times it comes with analyzing something. Like we said, we know the square is logically understanding something from a left brain point of view. Is male, right brain is female, is the circle, left brain is square, is the male. And we know that the left brain is rationality, analyzing, logical, what's logical. So when it comes to the square in astrology, square represents the learning process, because anytime you're trying to analyze, have a logical inference towards something, you're trying to learn something. So in astrology, the square represents the learning process. So what happens here is anytime you have a planet squaring another planet, these planets have to learn something from each other. So like I said, when we're dealing with the houses, the oppositions and the squares are most important, and when we're dealing with the regular planetary alignments, the sextiles and the trines are the most supportive. So right here, let's start with the sun. The sun square moon. So if you're a person who have a natal chart and your sun squaring your moon, which is you have your sun in one planet and the other, you have your sun in one sign, and the other sign have to be like 3 signs away. You know what I'm saying? So if you're Aries, you're going to be squaring, like I said, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, 3 signs away. So it's like a four cardinal sign thing. If you are a Gemini, you're going to be squaring Pisces. Squaring Pisces. If you are a Scorpio, you're going to be squaring Leo, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be squaring Leo and Aquarius and opposite Taurus. But, you know what I'm saying? You should already know what squares and sextiles and all these is. So, when you have the sun squaring a planet, the sun is your actions, the way you act. So, whatever it's squaring, your actions has to learn from that process, and vice versa. Whatever planet is squaring your sun has to learn from your actions and the way you act process. And the traits that you carry in yourself, your actual natal alignments, the traits that you carry in within yourself, this is like the energy you give off to others. So when you are emotionally detached with yourself, you attract people who are emotionally detached, and you attract people who are emotionally intact with themselves. When you are emotionally intact with yourself, you attract others, or you give off that impression and attract others who are not emotionally intact. So you are the anchor in their life. But that's another video. So let's get into it. Sun square moon. So the moon is your reactions, the way you react in the emotional world you live in. Your sun is your actions and the way you act. So when the sun squared the moon, your actions and your reactions have something to learn from each other. Either your reactions is not on par with your actions. So a lot of times you may react to things a little too fast before taking the proper action towards that whatever situation you was in, and then vice versa. You may act too fast before reacting to the situation in the proper way. So that's how the square can happen. So throughout life, you're going to manifest situations in your life that cause for you to learn this process and learn how to accommodate yourself in the right way. So you don't have to, so you don't be doing things oddly. So you don't be going on to actions and begin misunderstanding about other people's reactions towards your actions, or you don't be out here reacting misunderstood and you react to things in ways that's in bad taste based upon other people's actions. So that's how this can play out. Now, you got the sun square Mars. Now with the sun square Mars, your actions and the way you act has a lot to learn from your intentions and how you intend to do things and how you actually carry out the duties and obligations of how your actions is preceded. So how you act is how you act, but how you carry out the things that you're into is Mars. So right here you have a lot to learn. So your actions has a lot to learn from how you actually carry your actions out, your intentions, the intentions behind what you're actually doing. So they have to learn from each other, and your intentions have to learn from your actions. You have to learn how to have certain motives that's aligned with your actions, and not just to be acting on things that's not aligned with your motives. Now let's talk about Sun square Jupiter. Now with Sun square and Jupiter, your actions and the way you act has a lot to learn from your experiences in your life. Wisdom, a lot of knowledge that you've gained, a lot of understanding and overstanding that you have experienced, and to gain wisdom and learn in the space-time continuum. Now your Sun, your actions, it may act in ways of, it may throw people off, like you're not trying to learn, or you're not trying to do something, or you're trying to do something based upon what you're truly trying to do. And then Jupiter is going to manifest a lot of situations in your life that wants you to actually see the circumstance that you in and learn something from it, so you don't have to keep acting upon things and keep stumbling and falling. You can learn from what you just fell from and not have to fall from it again. Now the sun squaring Saturn. Now with the sun squaring Saturn, your actions and the way you act has a lot to learn from how you gain stability in your life, how you gain structure, and what you put boundaries and restrictions and limits on. So a lot of times you may act on things that you need to set boundaries on, and then you may see a lot of boundaries and restrictions and limits on things that you are into or things that you like to act upon. So you know what I'm saying, they have to learn how to balance each other out. You have to learn how to apply your actions with things that build structure in your life. Now with the sun squaring Pluto, You know what I'm saying? You have to, your actions and the way you act have to learn from deep situations, deep transformative situations that may have made you transform your life, and you have to learn how to get deep motivations and act on them. Neptune, you have to learn how to act on your dreams, illusions, and your dreams, imaginations, and creativity. But you just have to learn how to filter through the illusion. Now, I have this placement, Sun square Neptune, so a lot of times I have to learn how to filter through illusion. But also, I have to learn how to cultivate my imagination because it's so big. I have to know how to ground it. And then last but not least, the Sun square Uranus. Your actions and the way you act has a lot to learn from unique and original type situations you in. And also, when you're getting rebelled against or getting opposed, you have to learn how to act accordingly. So if it's a bad action you have to do, it has to be accordingly. If it's a good action, it has to be accordingly. But it's always going to be unique and original, whatever situation it puts you in. And that's the Sun square the motherfucking planets real quick. In this motherfucker. Don't let a problem, man. Air, goddamn, I'm feeling good, feeling fresh, and back to normal. Goddamn, air. See?